Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, excellencies. Welcome back to Abu Dhabi and to the third edition of the Atlantic Council Abu Dhabi. It's really a great pleasure to see the number increasing year on year. It's something that we started building 3 years ago, and to tell you the truth, we did not anticipate the success. So I would like to thank Fred and his team for making this happen. I will not make my remarks long because I think General Jones, Fred, and Sultan have said the main things that aspire us to stay together here. I will shed some lights on how did we see 1 year ago, 2018, and what have we achieved, and how do we see 2019. If you remember when we met last year, the oil prices in the previous year was around $53, and this deal of OPEC and non-OPEC continuing to work together was a bit questionable. Are they going to stay together or not? The market was not, the investments coming back to the oil and gas market was a bit shaky. It was not solid. And today we look at an average year of around $70 for Brent from 53. So it's remarkably a good year for the investors. And I think that what drove companies like Adnoc and others here in the region to embark on major projects for the next 5 years. Adnoc alone, if I'm not mistaken, put first $109 billion of investments and then complemented that with the downstream forum where they have attracted around $40 to $45 billion. In addition to that. Same in Oman, same in Saudi Arabia, same in the other countries. So we manage as an industry to attract new investments, not only on the oil and gas, but I think in general in energy. We have seen great projects in renewable energy, in new technologies of the CCGT happening here in the region, and it's quite transformational. The thinking is transformational in the minds of the regulators. Now the regulators are convinced at the end to let the private sector lead in giving solutions and making energy more reliable, and we will focus more on the environmental side and making sure that all forms of energy in the future are cleaner. That's what we will do as regulators, and we will encourage this competition among different forms of energy. I'm confident that the geopolitics always going to play a key role in either making those investments or delaying such investments. Therefore, we are, as a country, a promoter of peace, a promoter of tolerance, and as you know, this year, 2019, is the year of tolerance. So within this year, you will see us as a country promoting tolerance and trying to promote peace and development in the Middle East, because we need to start that yesterday. The new generation, there are millions and millions of young people lacking jobs, lacking futures, and even lacking energy. So we need to help them see a better future and become a rather builders of their societies rather than joining some of those radical groups. The relationship between the Atlantic Council and the expertise of its members that brings here to Abu Dhabi is crucial to help us see the future and to help us tackle and try to think together about some of those problems that we will see in 2019. There is definitely a more financial, a rather financial problem that we will face. We are in the future. We are almost at the beginning of a crisis that could happen in the next 2 years if we did not plan for it. And even though in the energy sector, I think we are on top of things, making sure that investments are coming, but there are other issues that we need to talk about and we need to address. And I'm sure during today and tomorrow and this week, the Sustainability Week, we will focus on some of those important issues, and hopefully we could bring some recommendations to the leaderships of the different countries who are participating here, trying to learn from this distinct group of the Atlantic Council, as well as some of the guests that we attracted this year. I look forward to the remaining of the program, and again, welcome to Abu Dhabi.